Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today sit a while for we're playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 6 as part of the Ottawa Senators, of course. So still in 1997, still 2 points out of a playoff spot, our first playoff spot in our history. If we can clinch it, of course, so we are really excited to try to get to it. So a couple things, as you can see near the bottom left here under open offers, I have sent a whole bunch of contract renewals to some of my players. I am attempting to re-sign all of those players. I kind of forgot the previous year to do that. That's how I lost Scott Walker. I would have re-signed him, but I kind of forgot that one step. So not a very successful GM, but I didn't forget this year. So those are all of the players that I am trying to extend. So you're going to see kind of a mix there of young players, useful players, and maybe a few older players that might look like a little bit of a surprise. Namely Norm McIver and Jamie Baker. Their play has gone down. So for Norm McIver, he's asking for a little bit of money, $790,000 a year. I am willing to give it to him. More importantly, he is not asking for a no trade clause anymore. So if he continues to kind of decline in ability, I can try to maybe trade him for, maybe a young prospect. That's maybe not that great, but for something. Kind of same for Jamie Baker. He's not asking for a lot of money at all, and he's 30, so he's not as good. But for $340,000 a year, if he can slide down in the lineup a little bit, like on my third line or something like that, that's not too terrible. Yashin is asking for a lot of money. So he's definitely going to be the best paid player on the team, and then I have kind of a mix there of other players I'm trying to keep. I am not trying to keep everybody, but those are all players that I believe that are either kind of crucial to our lineup right now or for the future. Like looking at Sami Salo, obviously he's not playing right now, but he has a good potential, so I want to keep him. So we're going to go ahead and see what happens with that. And then on the bottom right, again, we have a bunch of injuries. Hammerlich, Hull, McIver, and Surya all out for various amounts of time. So that's pretty much it. Now we're in March. The trade deadline is near the end of this month. I looked. There's really nothing to help us. We were shut out the last 2 games of the previous month, and I cannot find anything to help boost our offense. So unless somebody offers us something, we're going to need to have it happen internally. That would be great. Of course, all of the injuries we got really didn't help, so I don't have a good sense of what the team can actually do because we always have 3 or 4 guys out at the same time. So it's pretty difficult. Also check to see upcoming free agents. There's still a lot of pretty interesting names in there. I'm not going to go into details right now because obviously that can change pretty quick. Teams might just decide to do like I just did and send a bunch of offers to their upcoming free agents, but there's quite a few interesting names in there that I wouldn't mind putting my hands on. So whether it happens or not, we'll see. But I'm sure I'm going to be able to get maybe a little bit of offense. At this point, I really think that's what we need. A little bit more offense, maybe a little bit more solid goaltending. But yeah. All right, so let's get going. First game of the month is at home against Buffalo, and then we hit the road for quite a while. So hopefully we can beat the Buffalo Sabres. We've beat them twice this year, twice in 3 games. So let's get going. And they're kind of ahead of us by a few points, so winning against them wouldn't be bad at all. All right, so this is what we're going with. Oh, they're sending Dominic Hasek, and we're going with Geba, so there's a good chance we lose this game. Although we are playing at home. And it's a 2-2 tie. I guess I'll take the point. We're not directly trying to catch Buffalo per se, so the point kind of helps us in our quest to 8th spot so that we can make the playoffs. Alright, so a 2-2 tie. They outshot us 45-36. Alexei Yashin was the first star. He scored both goals for us. Probably happy with my contract offer, so he thanked me with a good performance. Connor Wolchuk was the second star with a goal and an assist, and Benoit Brunet third star with an assist. So so Buffalo scored the first 2 goals of the game. Then Yashin scored on the power play from Lonnie Loach and Daniel Alfredson, and then Yashin again from Brunet and Kalle Johansson. And Andreas Dackel is injured. Well, not much. He looks fine there. Yep, he can play through that injury. What is it? Hamstring tightness. So we're not going to make any changes to the lineup for that. Now I'm probably going to have a bunch of news for people that have signed their contracts. Alright, good game for Valery Kamensky, who had 3 goals and an assist. Wow, good game. In a 6-2 win over Chicago. Oh, that's going to hurt the Rangers. Brian Leach hurt for 3 months with a fractured fibula against Detroit. 3 months without their best defenseman. And in that game, Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his goal streak to 5. So he had a goal. Doug Gilmour extends his point streak to 14 with 2 assists against the Sharks. Rod Brydon is unhappy. Okay, in the last few weeks, the team plays decently and is on the right track. We were 5-6-4, so just slightly under 500. But despite the fact that we are on the right track, Rod Brydon is unhappy because apparently he would prefer that I, have utter chaos and no plan at all for the team. So that's weird. They probably would need to work on that a little bit. Alright, so don't really care about that. Jamie Baker signed this contract. Daniel Alfredson signed this contract. Andreas Dackel signed this contract. McIver signed this contract. Zvela signed. Damian Rhodes signed. Alexei Yashin signed. Sami Sadosin. So everybody signed. That's good. And one of the Rangers star wrecked a car and is going to be hurt for a while. They already lost Brian Leach. On top of that, they lost Mark Messier. Oh boy. So that's not going too good for the Rangers. Losing 2 players like that, they're 6th. I mean, they're not certain to make the playoffs at all, and then they get like 2 injuries like that back to back. That's bad. All right, so we are hitting the road. We are going to go and play the American Western Coast trip. So we're gonna go ahead and advance all of that. Paul Holmgren is angry at the Anaheim coverage. In the press, Anaheim's not doing too good. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his goal streak to 6 games with a goal and 2 assists against the Ducks. Or the Mighty Ducks, I should say. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his point streak to 12, so that performance gave him 12 straight games with a point. There was no stopping Jason Allison, who had a hat-trick, 3 goals, against the Islanders. And in that same game, Pierre Turgeon extended his assist streak to 8 games. Alright, those guys are getting used to the team and scouting reports. Joe Sakic has a strong game. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals against the Canucks, 6-2 win. And in that same game, Matt Sundin had 4 assists, pretty good. Doug Gilmour extends his point streak to 15 games with 2 assists against the Bruins. Norm McIver is almost back. Pierre Turgeon's assist streak ended at 8 games, so he had only a goal against the Tampa Bay Lightning, so his point streak continues, but his assist streak ended. Alright, we are playing in Anaheim, so the Mighty Ducks are 21-38-5. And we won the one meeting against them this year, won 4-3. So we're sending Ron Extall, they have Ron Tugnut in net. Should be a good game. And we won 6-3. Good win. Good game. Good road game. So we outshot them 47-38. Ville Peltonen was the first star with a goal and 2 assists. Vitaly Yakmenev for us was the second star with 2 assists. And Scott Thornton, third star with a goal and an assist. Alright, so Yashin from Daniel Alfredson. Yashin again on the power play. 8 seconds later from Daniel Alfredson. And Ville Peltonen. And then Peltonen from Yakmenev and Thornton. Zvel on the power play from Peltonen and Yashin. Kelly Johansson from Jamie Baker. And then Scott Thornton from Kelly Johansson and Vitaly Yakmenev. So looks like Yashin had 2 goals and an assist, so that's a pretty good game. I need more games like that from him. Alright, so Dallas is Richter suspended. So Barry Richter in Dallas was suspended for 6 games. Mike Milbury might get fired in Hartford. Point streak of 13 games for Vyacheslav Kozlov. He had an assist against the Leafs. Nick Lidstrom scored in that game. That was 5 straight for him with a goal. Then Norm McIver is completely recovered from his injury. Alright, next game is in San Jose. So we play back-to-back games. We played yesterday in Anaheim, today in San Jose. San Jose is 35-9 for 49 points. We won the first game of the season against the Sharks, 4-2. So let's see if we can win again. Alright, so we're sending Guillerberg in net. They are sending Jeff Hackett. Oh. We got rocked 7-1. So we've had a few of those where, we're playing okay and we get a win or two or something, and then we just get shelled. So that's not good. Alright, so they outshot us 31-26, so it's not because we allowed too many shots. 31 is totally acceptable. So Glenn Wesley was the first star with a goal and 2 assists. Jamie Langen-Brunner was the second star with a goal and 2 assists as well. And then Mike Sullivan with a goal and an assist is the third star. So who scored the lone goal for us? Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They took a 7-0 lead, and oh my god! And then Peltonen on the power play from Yashin prevented Hackett to have a shutout with 17 seconds to go. Alright, so Chris King, his suspension is over. He is back in the Rangers lineup. And Jody Hull might be coming back soon from injury. Alright, and now we are playing in LA. Our next game, so that's 3 games in 4 nights. Usually teams that do that in the NHL on that third game, they're a little tired. So hopefully our players rested on a beach or something. Alright, so John McIntyre in Dallas got suspended. He's going to miss 3 games, so that's 2 players that Dallas have suspended right now. Theo Fleury in Calgary is back from suspension. Jody All on the brink of returning. Andreas Dackel almost back too. Right, and now we are playing the Kings, who have a really good record of 45, 16, and 6 for 96 points. We lost at home against the Kings already this year, 6-4. It's not going to be easy. Maybe they have some injuries or something to help us. I don't know. Nope, not at all. They are really healthy. All right. Let's beat the Kings so that we can feel good about ourselves. So Ron Extall in net, facing Katie Rudy. Alright, let's do this. We lost 4-3 in overtime. So we played a really good game, but oh god. Maybe not if you look at the shots. Wow. So Ron Extall turned into Ron Tugnut. If you remember when Ron Tugnut played for the Quebec Nordiques in a 3-3 tie against the Bruins, he had like a game where he took like 70-something shots. So, yeah, the Kings outshot us 70-23. So, I will let the numbers speak for themselves. And we lost 4-3 in overtime, so I don't know why Ron Extall is not the first star of the game, but he is not. So Wayne Gretzky is the first star with a goal and an assist. Daniel Alfredson, the second star, with a goal and an assist as well. And then Alexei Zitnik, third star, a goal and an assist. So for us, we have Peltonen that scored from Zalapsky and Baker. And then Deg short-handed, assisted by Daniel Alfredson. Then Daniel Alfredson from Yashin and Benoit Brunet. And Robert Lang is the one who scored in overtime. Wow, that's the most shots against that we have allowed since we started. And, you know, we started at the very start when the Ottawa Senators had a terrible team. And even those teams wouldn't allow 70 shots on goal. That's something. All right, Petr Svoboda is back from suspension. Richard Medvedchuk is suspended. So he is playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs now, and he is going to miss 7 games. Brian Smolinski is also suspended and also playing for Toronto. He's going to miss 4 games. Wow, Toronto was pretty upset in that game that they just played. Adam Burt in Hartford is back from suspension. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his point streak to 14 games with an assist against the Canucks. Alright, and we are finishing up that road trip in Phoenix. Darren Van Himp is available. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I could pick Darren Van Imp. I mean, he's not great. Doesn't have a great potential. I don't think so. Luke Richardson has a good game. Wow. Luke Richardson was never known for being an offensive defenseman, but he had a hat-trick 3 goals against the Blues. Jodial and Andreas Dackel are both recovered. I believe that Jodial was put on injured reserve. Yes, he was. So let's go ahead and put him back. And That means I have to send somebody down. Let's send Sergei Berezin, who absolutely doesn't do anything. There you go. Alright, so we are playing against Phoenix. We won the first game of the season against them, 6-5. Phoenix is 29, 31, and 7 for 65 points, so their record is not overly different than ours. And we need a win here. We lost the last couple games. We're going with Ron Extall, who just played a very tiring game. And we're facing Nikolai Abibulin, so that's not going to be an easy game at all. And we lost 4-3. So the more the month goes on, the more it looks like we're not going to be able to sneak in the playoffs. So we outshot them 40-33, but I guess Abibulin had a really good game. Teemu Selanne was the first star with a hat trick, 3 goals. Per Juice for us had 2 assists, second star. And Keith Kachuk had an assist, third star. So Radek Bonk opened the scoring on the power play from Per Juice and Vili Peltonen. Peltonen from Per Juice and Vitaly Yakmenev. And then Alfredson from Yashin and Daigle. But yeah, Teemu Selanne was too strong for us. Yes, we know he had a hat trick. We just noticed. Alright, now we're going back home to play the Rangers. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his point streak to 15 games with a goal against the Kings. No further punishment for Marc Laforge, so he is not suspended. I don't know what he did, but... Oh, Sergei Fyodorov is injured in Detroit. How much is he gonna... 5 weeks, that's not good. He was hurt against the Mighty Ducks with a strained anterior cruciate ligament. In that same game, Kozlov extended his point streak to 16 games with a goal. That's pretty good. Murray Barron in Washington is not suspended. Phil Housley has produced 750 assists in his career. That's pretty good. And the trade deadline is nearing, so let's go ahead and see if I can maybe attempt to trade somebody. Who do I want to trade? Usually I like to come in here and checking with those guys that I am not resigning and see if I can get something for them. Let's see if somebody wants Sergei Berezin. The teams had the opportunity to claim him about 5 million times on the waivers, but let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna shop him. Nobody wants Sergei Berezin. That's not a shocker. So let's take a look. Does somebody want Patrick Travers, maybe? Young defenseman, maybe somebody wants him. Nobody wants Patrick Travers. Okay. Well, that's my main team, and I kind of want to keep those players. I don't really want to trade much of them. Maybe Scott Thornton. Probably not going to get a whole lot for him, though. Alright. What about Matthias Johansson? Does somebody want him? Oh, I have some interest for Matthias Johansson. Let's see if I can get some help for this guy who's probably never going to play for our team. Montreal Canadiens are trying to send us a failed draft pick of theirs, Terry Ryan, for Matthias Johansson. I am going to say no. Maple Leafs want to trade us Dave McElwain for Matthias Johansson. I am going to say no. Of course, I'm not expecting to get anything great for that player, but maybe a prospect not named Terry Ryan, maybe. Yuri Emelev. So that would be the kind of trade that you make to help you go into the playoffs, except that Yuri Emelev is not very good. Let's see what other teams offer me first. The Red Wings are offering me Clayton Beddoes. That's a no. The Rangers are offering me... Oh, Eric Bolton. If I want a face puncher. But I don't. The Kings are offering me Alexei Yegorov. No. Stars offering me Troy Mallette, who actually played for the Sens. I don't think so, though. If I have to choose between Troy Mallette and Emelev, I think I'm going to take Emelev, as sad as it is. Mike Martin, I'm going to say no. St. Louis Blues are offering me Maxim Kuznetsov. Oh. I'm going to say no. Flames are offering me veteran Randy Gillen. Islanders are offering me Rob Brown, who I could have gotten earlier during this playthrough. Maybe. I mean, he's declined a lot. But maybe. The Devils are offering me John Morris. Capitals are offering me Ian McNeil. That's a no. Oilers are offering Brad Norton. I'm going to say no. I have a lot of D-man already in the pipeline. Michel Picard. No. Lightning is offering Jocelyn Lemieux. That's a no. The Mighty Ducks, Craig Reichert. That's a no. Finally, the Panthers are offering Jeff Greenlaw, and that's a no. Do I want Rob Brown or Yuri Emelev? I think I'm going to take the guy that has the shortest contract of the two. Contract expiry in 1998, so I would have you for one more year. And Rob Brown, I would have you... Yeah, I'm taking Rob Brown. His contract expires this year. Alright, so that's, that's not a great trade or anything. Look at that defense rating. He's not playing on the PKO. But Rob Brown might give me a tiny boost. Alright, let's go on. Alright, Wayne Gretzky extends his goal streak to 5 with a goal and an assist against the Blues. Marcus Naslund is not suspended. Alright, and Rob Brown wants number 44, but it's taken. How about... How about number 38? There you go. I knew you would understand, Rob. You're such a good guy. Alright, so yeah, a very timid move prior to the trade deadline for the playoff push. There's nothing out there. I looked. So very timid move. I wish I could have gotten Bill Guerin when I made that offer. That would have been awesome. So we're playing the Rangers. I forgot to look at their record, but they're like around 6th in the East. So, and looks like we lost against them once and tied once. So yeah, they're 28, 33, and 8. They are sending Mike Richter in net, of course, and we're going with Ron Extol. And it's a 1-1 tie. I guess we'll take it. We need points. We outshot them 42-37. Alexander Degg was the first star with a goal. Chris King, second star with a goal as well. And then Mike Sillinger was the third star with an assist. So Degg from Sillinger was our only goal. And the coach didn't use Rob Brown. Which is okay, he's not like the best player on the team or anything like that, so. Oh, looks like Jamie Baker got hurt in that game because we needed an injury. It's been a while. Thumb contusion. That's what happens when you sit on your thumbs. So, we are playing our next game tomorrow in Montreal against the Canadiens. And we will do so without Jamie Baker. Alright, so Montreal, they've at one point in time they were first in the East. Now they're 5th. They are 34, 32, and 4. And we are 1-2 against them this year, so definitely a game we can win. Probably would be really good if we actually could win it. We're sending Guébert in net. They are sending Patrick Roy. And we lost 4-1. I wanted that win. Alright, we were outshot 27-24, so those are really good looking numbers. Patrice Brisebois was the first star, 2 assists. John Leclerc, the second star, a goal and an assist. And Darcy Tucker, the player Montreal should never have traded, was the third star with an assist as well. Our only goal was Vili Peltonen on the power play from Zardy Zalapski and Alexei Yashin. So we are still in the 10th spot. We're 4 points behind. We just cannot get on a winning streak. So Doug Gilmour extends his point streak to 16 games with an assist against the Panthers. And that was 8 straight games for him with an assist. Sean O'Donnell in Edmonton is hurt. He's going to miss 7 months. So see you next year, Sean. Wayne Gretzky extends his goal streak to 6 games with a goal against the Flames. Kozlov extends his point streak to 17 with 2 assists against the Sharks. And Boston is reinstating the Team Kangaroo Court. Adam Oates is the judge. Oh, and we haven't seen somebody else getting hurt helping a friend move. I feel it's about to come. It hasn't happened yet this month. I have a feeling somebody's moving somewhere. All right. Joe Sakic is day-to-day with a lacerated hand, so he got hurt against the Red Wings. And this particular news email has been bugged for a few iterations now, where that sentence here is not complete, so I am just pointing it out. He sustained the injury in the game against the Detroit Red Wings at, I guess that the arena name is supposed to be there, but that's not being auto-filled there, so... Just saying, that was there at least in 5, and I believe in Franchise Hockey Managers 4 as well, if I am not mistaken. Last year for sure. The year before, maybe not. Alright, so Steve Duchesne has reached 600 points in his career with an assist. That's pretty good. He's 31, playing for the Colorado Avalanche. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his point streak to 18 games with an assist against that same Avalanche team. In that same game, Yzerman extends his assist streak to 8. Strong night for Jaromir Jagr, who had a hat-trick, 3 goals. John McIntyre is back from suspension in Dallas. Doug Gilmour extends his point streak to 17 games with 3 assists against Tampa Bay. Good game. That was 9 straight with assists for him. Brian Smolinski in Toronto is back from suspension. Okay, and then there was a trade between the Flyers and the Canadiens. Could it be the John Leclerc trade for Mark Recchi? Well, it was John Leclerc and Desjardins for Mark Recchi, I believe. Surely that's not what happened, but nope. Alright, final trade. So Brett Edican and Ray Giroux are going to the Canadiens for Darcy Tucker and Terry Ryan. Haven't you been listening what I said? The player that Montreal needed to not trade, Darcy Tucker, and there you go, you just trade him. I swear to God. Alright, so Brett Edican's going with Montreal, so he's a decent two-way defenseman, I would say. He was getting some points, he could play some defense as well. Ray Giroux is probably not going to amount much to anything. Same with Terry Ryan, is probably not going to amount to much of anything, but Darcy Tucker is a pretty good power forward winger that totally fits the Flyers type of team, so he's totally going to fit there. Alright, and as far as we go, we are now going to play against the Rangers again, this time at Madison Square Garden. So we've tied twice against the Rangers and lost one. So let's see if we can win this one. We just played them. And of course they have Brian Leach that's hurt. So alright, Rob Brown's going to play on the 4th line with Yakmenev and Todd Warner. Alright, so we're going with Ron Extall. They are going with Mike Richter. And we lost 6-5. So many games that we come close and we just can't win. That's going to kill us. Alright, so they outshot us 39-36. Mark Messier was the first star with a goal and an assist. Norm McIver for us was the second star with a goal and 2 assists. And Tony Amonte with a goal was the 3rd star. Oh, look at that. Kevin Todd just scored against us. He couldn't even score for us. Now he scored, even though it was his first of the season. So Yashin from Zvela and Benoit Bougunet. And then McIver from Yashin and Alfredson. Degg from Zvela and Loney Loach. Degg from McIver and Loach. Yashin from McIver and Bougunet. Alright. So we scored a lot of goals, but we allowed more. Oh, so we have a bunch of trade proposals. Today's the trade deadline, so not gonna look at that. Jamie Baker almost ready. Sheldon Surrey almost ready. Alright, so let's see. So the Flames are offering me Jamie Allison for Scott Thornton. So Jamie Allison is not to be mistaken with Jason Allison. Not exactly the same guy. The Blues are offering me Alexander Vasilevsky for Per Svartvadet. And the Rangers are offering me Jeff Bukaboom for Sergei Berezin. I'm going to say no to this. They're very similar players. I'm going to say yes just for the sake of giving Peresvart Vedit a different environment. And here, do I want Jeff Bukaboom? Do I want the old veteran? For Sergei Berezin. I'm going to say no. I don't really have room on my lineup for Jeff Bukaboom. The D is probably where I have my best players. Alright, so I made a minor trade at the trade deadline. That's the best I could do. I apologize. I really wanted to get something meaningful for the playoffs, or I should say for the playoff push, but at this point it's just not happening. Alright, so we are playing our next game in 2 days against the Florida Panthers at home. Hopefully we can win that one. Alright, so Jamie Baker is ready to come back. So there was a trade between the Canucks and the Waiters. Manny Legacy and Mika Elomo are going to Vancouver for Chris Tencil and Loni Bahonos. So I dare to say that the Canucks got the best out of this. There was a trade between the Lightning and the Canucks. So Peter Popovich and Mike McBain are going to the Canucks for Dixon Ward and Lubomir Vikes. So I would say that the Lightning got the very slight advantage out of that. And then the Lightning and Rangers made a trade with Stephen Leach going to the Rangers for Sergei Nyemchinov. Yeah, I would say that the Lightning got the better player, but he's 33, so he's not going to be better for much longer. So they traded some veterans around. Alright, so the team we have is what we have set for our playoff push. It's not a lot of reinforcements. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his point streak to 19 games. So he had a goal and an assist in a game against Boston. Steve Yzerman extends his assist streak to 9 games with a goal and an assist in that same game. Oh, Doug Gilmour was held pointless against the Flyers, so his streak ended at 17 games. And Rem Murray stepped on the logo and we, wow, somebody's moving late into the month. Just saying. All right, so we are playing the Florida Panthers. They are 24, 42, and 6. So far we have lost one game against the Panthers 5-4, and we have tied 1-1. So we really need a win. We can beat them, and we really should and need to. So they're going with Stéphane Fizet. It looks like Fizet took the starting job over in Florida. He's played quite a bit. And then we're going with Ron Extall. And we won 5-4. Finally a win. Alright, so let's take a look here and see who got some points for us. So we outshot them 46-34. Daniel Alfredson was the first star with a goal and 2 assists. And then Mark Lawrence for them had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Then Alexander Degg, third star with a goal and an assist. So they took a 3-0 lead, and then we came back. So Todd Warner from Alexander Degg And then in the third period, it was all us. Deg from Zvela and Yashin. Jimmy Baker short-handed from Alfredson and Zvela. Yashin from Alfredson and Yakmenev. Alfredson on the power play from Zalewski and Norm McIver. So Alfredson had a pretty good game too. Although he didn't get really a star, goal, and 2 assists. That's pretty good. Oh, wait, did he? Yeah, he was the first star, I forgot. Okay, so, yeah. Alfredson had a good game. So he's starting to turn it around slowly here. Mark Lawrence had a hat-trick against us, but we won. That's what matters. Now, next game against the Bruins is an important one. It's one of the teams we're trying to catch here. Alright, Sheldon Sorry should be back soon. Let's think. Alright, so Barry Richter's suspension ends. Alexei Kovalev is suspended. He's going to miss 5 games with the Rangers. Vyacheslav Kozlov's point streak ended at 19 games. He was held scoreless in that game against the Rangers. No one could stop Dmitry Ristich, who had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Alright, we are playing the Bruins. We are 3-2 against them this year. And the Bruins right now are 30, 34, and 8 for 68 points. We're playing on the road. We're sending Ron Extall. They're sending in Mike Dunham. And we lost 2-0. We got shut out again. That's the second time that Boston shuts us out this year. Alright. So they outshot us 29-24. The first star was Jason York with a goal. Zardy Zalewski for us, second star, despite not getting any points. And Steve Hines, third star with an assist. Alright. Alexander McGillney has accomplished 600 points in his career, so he had an assist. In that game, he's 28. That's pretty good. Marcus Ragnarsson in Philly got suspended. He's going to miss 3 games. Richard Matvichuk is back from suspension, and Sheldon Sourie is ready to come back. Alright, next game is going to be against Tampa Bay. We have 3 games left in the month, so we have a short trip in Florida against Tampa Bay and the Panthers, and then we're coming back home to play the Montreal Canadiens before the month ends. Alright. Corey Schwab is available. Not going to pick him up. Adam Oates has tallied 900 points, 2 assists in a game against Montreal. He's 34. That's pretty good. Alright, so we are playing the Lightning. Lightning is the worst team in the league. At least they were last I checked. They are 17, 46, and 9 for 43 points. We have 2 wins and 1 tie against them this year. We really need to win this game. Alright, we're going with Ron Extall. They are going with Blaine Laker, who it seems they have been playing through the ground. He is already at 66 games played. And he has every single win for Tampa Bay this year. Alright, come on, guys. We won in overtime. That, you know what? I don't care that it's not a 7-0 win. We needed a win against the worst team in the league, and we won. That's all that matters. 3-2. 3-2 win in overtime. So we were outshot 27-26. Daniel Alfredson was the first star with 2 goals. Scott Fraser with 2 assists is the second star. And Alexei Yashin, third star with 2 assists as well. So Alfredson from Todd Warner and Zardy Zalewski. Kelly Johansson from Per Juice and Alexei Yashin. And in overtime, Daniel Alfredson with a game winner from Norm McCaver and Alexei Yashin. So Alfredson has really turned it around now. That's what I wanted. Yeah, we're 4 points back. And there's not a lot of games left, so that game there against Hartford is really going to be important. Good night for Owen Nolan, who had a hat-trick, scored all the goals for his team against Detroit in a 3-2 win. Pretty good game for Owen Nolan. And then we're playing in Florida. Florida is 24-44-6. We are 1-1-1 against them. We really need a win again, so we're playing on the road. Come on, Ron Extol, you can win us a game again. We're facing Stéphane Fizet again. Alright. Come on, need a win. Ugh, we lost 2-1. That one, that might be the one that makes us miss the playoffs. Oh, and Ron Extol got hurt in that one too. Alright, so let's see. We outshot them 30-27, but that was not good enough. Bobby Dallas, first star with an assist. Per Juice, second star with an assist as well. And Mark Lawrence again with an assist, third star. So he had a hat-trick against us. Now he has a star with an assist. So Yashin scored our lone goal from Kelly Johansson and Per Juice, and that was it. No further discipline for Boston Steve Hines. Not suspended. Jeff Bukaboom with the Rangers is suspended. He's going to miss 7 games. Wayne Gretzky extends his point streak to 12 games with 3 assists against the Blues. Alright, is Ron Extol able to play Earth? Yes, so I don't need to make a roster change. Alright. Vladimir Konstantinov in Detroit is not suspended. And we are now playing the last game of the month against the Montreal Canadiens at home. Montreal 37-34-4. We are 1-3 against the Habs this year. Again, we need a win, but it might be too late already. They are sending Patrick Roy. We're sending Guébert. And we lost 2-0. So the playoffs are not happening this year, I am afraid. So Montreal outshot us 32-21. Vincent Enfous was the first star with an assist. Kelly Johansson, second star, despite getting no points. And Mike King, third star with an assist as well. Yeah, we're 6 points back with 7 games to play. And some of them are going to be pretty tough. We're playing Detroit. We're playing Pittsburgh. We're playing Philly. Yeah. No further action needed for Toronto's Todd Marchand. Chris Joseph in Florida was suspended. He's going to miss 3 games. Gretzky extends his point streak to 13 games with an assist against the Penguins. And Marcus Ragnarsson in Philly is back from suspension. Alright, we're gonna finish simulating the month. Ken Baumgartner. Yeah, I'm not gonna get him. Wayne Gretzky extends his point streak to 14 games with an assist against the Devils. Alright, and then this is the last day of the month, so we're gonna sim that. Kevin Stevens in Pittsburgh got suspended. He's gonna miss 4 games. Extall is almost recovered already. Alright, what does that look like? Okay. Alright, so it looks like the monthly winners are Patrick Roy and Valery Kamiensky. So those were the best players for this month. Wasn't us for sure, so yeah. That makes me sad a little bit that we're not going to make the playoffs. I had really high hopes for this season, and looks like we're going to fall short here. I mean, it's not over, but that's this late in the season. 6 points back is one heck of a hill to climb. All right, let's. So in the Western Conference, LA, Detroit, Colorado, that all makes sense. Vancouver, okay. Phoenix, yeah, they had a decent team back then. Calgary, okay. St. Louis, Chicago. Dallas is starting to fall off. Alright, so Yashin had a pretty decent month, so he's back to really close to a point per game, 72 points in 74 games. Alfredson had a pretty good month too, so now he's at 44 points in 67 games, so really rose here. So I think that starting next year, we're going to be able to count on pretty much what Alfredson was for the Sens. He took just a little bit to develop, but I think he's starting to get there. Then Lonely Loach, 38 points in 73 games. Vela, 36 points. That's pretty good for a defenseman. Kelly Johansson, 35. And then after that, it starts to go down a little. Excuse me. Right, and in the league, Teemu Selanne went back to take the lead for the goals. So he has 46. Probably going to be a 50 goal scorer, but we can see that the stats are starting to go down a little bit. There's not as many 100-point guys, not as many 50 goals guys. I mean, it's not that long ago that Jagger scored, what was it, 86, I think, or 87 goals in that save. Gretzky has 77 assists. He's the best passer. So Gretzky is the best pointer with 120 points. Then we have Jagger at 115, Yzerman at 106, and then Robitaille and Selanne are probably going to reach the 100 points. And then after that, we're not too sure. So as usual, we don't really have anybody in any offensive category. So that's pretty much where we're at. I tried on a couple different occasions to get better players, and it has not worked out. So welcome to the life of a GM where you are more than willing to improve your team, but if nobody wants your lesser players, I guess, then you can't do anything about that. So Bill Guerin last month would have been great. This month I toyed around with trying to offer different lesser players, shopping them around and everything. Didn't quite get anything too interesting for that either. So that's where we stand. 6 points outside of a playoff spot with 7 games to go. We would need to almost win all 7 just to ensure that we make it. So that's going to be very difficult. Pittsburgh and Detroit right there are scaring me. So we'll see. But yeah, chances are we're not going to be in the playoffs. We're going to be just outside looking in. So that's it for today. So as usual, thank you for tuning in, and if you've liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. That's always appreciated. And until I roll this game again, see you guys next time. Thank you.